Hi, this is Nat Moes. I'm here with Sam Krohlow. We're watching round 2, game 1 of the Tokyo MTG Vintage Open. This is actually their 5th Vintage Open. We're going to have a stacks on stacks matchup. We have, I think, the left-hand deck. One of the two decks has Smokestack and the other one does not.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember exactly which one is which, but if you came for workshops, you got it.
You came to the right place.
Yeah, it's always a little interesting to see how different people build stacks. I think there's workshop decks. I shouldn't call them stacks because they don't all have Smokestack. This one on the left here, you can see in his hand he does have one, and he's got some artifact mana.
He has Buried Ruin, Tanglewire.
Yeah, he's got Smokestack, Tanglewire, and Crucible. So he's actually got a pretty good package of the actual prison pieces there. Smokestacks and Crucibles actually obviously work very well together.
Do we get to see hand number 2?
Yeah, I think the second player is still considering mulligans.
Oh, gotcha.
We might not see that right away. Yeah, he's going to mulligan. But like I was saying, he's got there's many different builds of workshops right now. There's you have lists with Kuldotha Forge Master. Here in this tournament, we're seeing a lot of actual smokestacks, which is sort of interesting. You have lists that are more aggressive. They have Metal Worker to power out larger creatures. You can do a lot of different things with workshops right now, and I think they're all pretty interesting. They all have a slightly different flavor. So, the player 2 here on the right is going to be mulliganing. Wasn't happy with his first hand. We didn't actually get to see what it was, but we'll be getting into the game anytime here.
Mulliganing with workshop decks is interesting. Because I feel like not only you have to have the right mana, but you have to... I think I've heard if you don't have 2 lock pieces, it's not a good hand to keep or something like that. Because the first one's usually going to get countered.
Well, it's actually you want to have I think it's actually 3 lock pieces in the first 2 turns.
Oh, that's kind of the rule of thumb.
That's the rule of thumb, and it is. Yeah, here we go. We're going to see this hand.
Crucible, Chalice, Black Lotus, Tanglewire, Lodestone, something else.
So it doesn't have a lot of permanent mana, maybe? I didn't see what the last card was.
Yeah, that Black Lotus is interesting.
So we're...
left is going to
open
shut off
right up with Trinisphere.
Was the last card a workshop?
That's going to be good. No, it got Buried Ruin, Soul Ring, and...
no, in his hand.
Oh, yeah, it must have been.
I think, that was his 6th card.
So we've got Workshop, and he's going to go right into
Tanglewire.
So
that's not a bad call.
Yeah, actually, it's not bad here. He's going to shut off his opponent's mana. His opponent did have 4 mana and now has 1. And
2. It's Ancient Tomb.
Oh, it is Ancient Tomb. Sorry.
And Trinisphere is turned off now, which is interesting.
Yeah, Trinisphere is automatically turned off there because he only had 4 permanents. But, Trinisphere doesn't do a whole lot in this matchup.
Most of these spells are 3 mana anyway.
Right. I mean, you're already looking at Tanglewire and Crucible of Worlds on the right there. Crucible of Worlds is going to be great in this matchup. He can, we already know that his opponent on the left has Smokestack. So we'll see. Might not even see Smokestack come up because why play that when your opponent can just sack lands and bring them back?
Yep, exactly. You're not getting anywhere then.
Right. So he's going to play Chalice.
0, I would assume?
Yes,
0.
Yeah, Chalice on 0. And,
which his opponent does have a Black Lotus in hand, right?
Right, which is currently shut off by the... was shut off by the Trinisphere. It wasn't...
but
it isn't currently.
Down. Interestingly, he plays the Smokestack.
Yeah.
Huh.
Well, we know that both players now have Crucible, so it's...
Yeah.
I think you can just try and grind your opponent out. I mean, we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 permanents to 4.
Yeah, you could always ramp Smokestack to 2 even, and your opponent will burn out faster than
I think in this situation I would ramp Smokestack hard and fast. You're just trying to eat through your opponent's board as quickly as possible before getting beaten down by Lodestone Golem, for example.
So you just go ramp.
Yeah, and actually,
And drop your own Crucible to stay in the game.
Right. The only issue, I guess, is that your opponent does get hit first by these, but you sort of get hit. You're going to get hit just as much.
Yeah. And Lodestone's going to make things interesting.
Right. Yeah, Lodestone, obviously a quick clock. I mean, that's going to be 4 turns or fewer, depending on how many taps of that Ancient Tomb happen.
Oh, yeah. Looks like he's at 18 right now.
Yeah.
Cavern of Souls not doing a whole lot in this matchup.
Yeah, Cavern of Souls is pretty good against counterspell decks. Not going to do a whole lot here. I suppose if Chalice of the Void came down on 2 or something, you can resolve Phyrexian Revoker.
Yeah.
Not going to be a huge player, but it does produce mana and is a permanent. So I think if that's what you're looking for, that's what you got.
So it looks like 2 permanents tapped down with Tangle Wire, and Smokestack is on 1 now. Tangle Wire.
That is a second Tangle Wire.
Did he not play Crucible of Worlds yet?
He hasn't played it yet.
I guess he may not need to
here he
yet.
goes.
Oh, there we
right
go.
Here.
There it is. I didn't realize he had the mana still.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, we're obviously left-hand player there, obviously just trying to flood the board with permanents. And,
looks like he's got to tap 5 permanents now.
Right, and we might be talking about how the order of these.
Oh,
we're doing active player, non-active player there. I read the hand signals. So
sacrifice and then tap.
Right.
Which is very good for him.
Yeah, the controller. The controller of Smokestacks gets to tell you when to sack. Basically, he stacks all of the triggers that he controls.
Yep. What about the other trigger?
So the active player on the right has to put his Tangle Wire on the stack first.
Oh,
and then the other player can stack his Smokestack and Tangle Wire in either order. So he can have you sack first, then tap, and then tap again to your own Tangle Wire. So
that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Phyrexian Revoker?
Yeah, there's Phyrexian Revoker.
Ooh. On Sol Ring, that seems alright.
Yeah, that's probably what I would have done. I think.
Is he going to ramp the Smokestack? I hope so.
Yeah, let's get into this. Let's ruin the world.
Just want it to all burn.
Yeah. Yeah, so we're doing active player, non-active player from the other side of the board now.
Yeah.
So he's got to tap to that his opponent's Tangle Wire first, and then can order his Smokestack and Tangle Wire as he likes, which means that he can tap permanents and then sacrifice them to the Smokestack.
Yep.
Yeah, I think we're still in the upkeep here. There's a lot of triggers in workshop decks, especially when you get into this.
So those are the 3 that he's tapping. Then he's sacrificing the Chalice on 0 and ramping it.
And there we go. We're going to ramp the Smokestack. So
I like that.
I do too. I think being aggressive with Smokestack here is the right play.
And now he has to tap 1 more for his opponent's Tangle Wire?
Yeah, he should.
Which he can just, Crucible or Smokestack.
Yeah, any of those things that doesn't produce mana.
Oh, Sol Ring.
Like Sol Ring, for example.
That does not produce mana right now.
Yeah, again, I mean, I sort of disagree with the tapping of Trinisphere. I mean, I suppose it depends on what you have in your hand, but I mean, I kind of wonder if they realize that it shuts off when it's tapped.
Yeah, it is one of those few cards that does that.
Right, but I mean, if you're going to try and play Black Lotus through it, you don't really want to have to tap 3. So, I mean, that seems fine. I wonder if he's going to use his Buried Ruin.
Oh yeah,
here we go.
Get the Chalice back?
Yeah, I like Buried Ruin a lot. He's going to use that and
back on 0.
Put Chalice into play on 0 again. So, I mean, I guess there is good reason for tapping Trinisphere in this situation.
That works out well.
Got a couple and extra permanent in play. Anyway.
Yeah, he was able to take full advantage of it.
Right.
Active.
Here we go. We're building the stack. Again, we're tapping the Tangle Wire. He's going to have to sacrifice 2 things. I think his Tangle Wire might be out of counter, so he can probably sacrifice that.
Yeah, it should be.
Yeah. I think the one thing he's going to want to keep around is the Lodestone Golem to see if he can maybe push some damage through. Actually, he does have 2 creatures. I mean, he could make a fairly quick game out of this.
Yeah.
He's got 7 power on the board versus his opponent's 19 life. We'll see how long that sticks around.
Yeah, exactly. We'll see where the smokestack goes.
Right. So.
Okay, the Tangle Wire and the Cavern.
Right. Yeah, the Tangle Wire, as we said, was out of counters, and the Cavern, again, not doing a whole lot in this matchup.
Well, it looks like he taps the Revoker.
I think I agree with that. I'm not sure that the 2 extra mana really helps here. Getting in for 5 is going to be critical, and hopefully putting down
Yeah, you definitely want that 5 power to go through.
As many more permanents as you can. So that's going to mean you're casting stuff.
His next turn, he's likely sacrificing 3.
I would think so.
And then still tapping 1?
Yeah, I think his opponent is going to be aggressive with that smokestack. I think I would be surprised if he doesn't ramp it to 3.
Yeah, especially since he keeps playing permanents. Yeah, you have to.
And he keeps playing workshops.
Yeah.
So he actually played Chalice of the Void on 3 there. I mean, that shuts off a lot of his opponent's deck. I mean, if you're looking at 3 or 4 Tangle Wires, some number of Crucibles. If he has Metal Workers, I sort of doubt that at this point. But I mean, he's really shutting off a lot. Trinisphere not doing a lot against your opponent's 3 workshops.
Definitely.
That's fine to go. Obviously, he tapped it last turn anyway. So.
Yep. So what does he have? 1 or 2 counters on the Tangle Wire?
Yeah, I can't tell. Looks like you must just have 1.
So he tapped and sacrificed the Trinisphere and sacrificed one other thing?
Well, he's got this Tangle Wire here that's still tapped. So I wonder if
Smokestack was on 2 at the beginning of the turn.
Right, now it's on 3. Yeah, I think as we expected, he ramped that one up. Like I said, being aggressive with it. He's using Buried Ruins to bring back.
And then bringing Buried Ruin back with Crucible.
He uses Crucible to get back Buried Ruin, and then Buried Ruin to get back an artifact. He's still got plenty of permanents. His opponent is quickly going to run out of things. So.
Yeah, definitely. Here we go, 3.
Yeah. I expect he'll sacrifice. Yeah, that would have been my guess too.
Because now he can play one of them again with the Crucible, which is very, very good for his situation.
Right, and he's going to try and get in as much damage as possible through Evoker and the Lodestone.
What is his opponent's at 11?
I think that's right.
So he's going to take 7, going down to 4 life.
Yeah. So we got the the workshop back. We'll see. Hopefully he has more permanents. Yeah, another Revoker. That's pretty good.
He's got more
right
than
now.
4 permanents, so it doesn't seem like he's in trouble.
Yeah,
And Chalice is on 3, so we can't play another Tangle Wire.
Yeah. Well, looking at the opening hands, and considering that the player on the right mulliganed, I would not have expected him to come back into this game as well as he has.
What was that name?
I think it's on Black Lotus.
Oh, because he can bring it back with Buried Ruin.
Well, he can bring it back with Buried Ruin, and it's in play now.
Oh, it's in play now? Oh,
yeah.
I thought he used it already.
Yeah. No, so he's, the player on the left, when we saw his opening hand, he had good mana, he had Smokestack, Crucible, Tangle Wire. Like, he seemed pretty well set up. And I wonder if it was just a matter of maybe he didn't know what his opponent was playing. Like,
yeah, and his opponent played that Tangle Wire turn 1, which was a great tempo play.
Right.
And I think he just barely got ahead enough to hang on.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and his opponent had Crucible as well, which has kept him in the game. Like, that's Crucible is such an important card in the workshop mirror. And yeah, he's counting up and sees the writing on the wall. We're in scoop phase.
Yep. Off to game 2.